Okay, guys, we're here for day 14 of the Love Dare. Day 14 is Love Takes Delight. So the verse here is Ecclesiastes 9:9. It says, enjoy life with the wife you love all the days of your fleeting life. The world is constantly trying to tell you what's attractive and what's not, what's undesirable and what's hot. They peddle the latest products worn by models and movie stars, hoping you will yield your wallet and credit cards. But if you embrace their unrealistic standards of beauty, of size and shape and height and weight, you'll spend your whole life never content with what you see in the mirror, or always wishing your spouse looked more like the photo in highly airbrushed ads. The good news is that you don't have to waste your life chasing fantasy. You, not the rest of the world, get to determine what's most attractive and appealing to you. You can choose to enjoy and take overwhelming delight right now in the priceless treasure God has already given you in your mate, inside and out. Nothing is stopping you, and you should. One of the most important things you should learn on your Love Dare journey is that you should not always follow your heart. You should lead it. Don't let your feelings and emotions do the driving. You put them in the back seat, and tell them where you're going. Man, that's some good advice. You don't follow your heart. You've got to have your heart. Desire is in your heart. You've got to take a look at desire. But if you just let it lead you, then you're not being proactive in determining what's a good desire and a bad desire, because we got a little mixed bag of both in there. You don't want to be in the habit of following. You want to, that's a good word, you want to lead. You want to have thought it through. You want to use some wisdom and discerning, and then you want to lead. But your heart's involved, and desire of the heart is in there as well. It can't be forsaken. So newlyweds feel their love. They take delight in the one they now call their spouse. Their affections are fresh and young, and the hope of a romantic future lives in their hearts. However, you can have something just as powerful as that fresh new love. It comes from the decision to delight in your spouse and to love him or her no matter how long you've been married. In other words, love that chooses to love is just as beautiful as love that feels like loving. In many ways, it is a truer love because it has its eyes wide open. It actually is a truer love because it's a love that is a choice, which is committed love. I think there's three words in the Hebrew language for love, and one of them is just committed. It's committed. It's a choice. It's a commitment. The other one is a friendship love, and then the other one is a sexual love. But it's those three flames coming together that make a true, strong, powerful love, and you have to have all three. So that commitment portion is definitely a choice. It's got to be done. The scripture says that God chose to set his love on his own people, even though they lack the size or merit of other nations. We must do the same. Left to selfishness and emotion, we'll always lean toward comparing the weaknesses of our spouse to the strengths of other men or women. We'll think, my wife's not as respectful and radiant, or my husband's not as kind and considerate. But our days are too short to waste focusing on the shadows when we could be enjoying the sunshine. Instead, it's time to lead your heart to, once again, delight in your mate, to decide that the person God uniquely made them, to decide that the person God uniquely made them to be is who you are choosing to love and enjoy, to prize their uniqueness and remember again why you fell in love with his eyes or her personality, to take her hand and seek her companionship, to desire his conversation, to accept this person's quirks and all, and to welcome him or her back into your heart. The Bible does not say a man should marry the woman he loves, but should love the woman he marries. It's not like you're born with certain preferences you're destined to operate from. You get to choose what you treasure. So if you're ungrateful and disapproving, it's because you choose to be. If you pick at your mate more than you praise them, it's because you've allowed selfishness in your heart to take over. You've led yourself into criticism. So lead your heart back out. Learn to delight your spouse again. learn to delight in your spouse again. When you reset your love on your spouse and reinvest the needed time and energy back into the relationship, you can watch your heart daily enjoy more of who they are. The Bible contains many romantic love stories, none more provocative than all 8 chapters from the Song of Solomon. Listen to the way these two lovers take pleasure in one another in this poetic book. The woman says, like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. In his shade I took great delight and sat down, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He's brought me to his banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. And the man says, arise, my darling, my beautiful one, and come along, O my dove, in the clefts of the rock, in the secret place of this steep pathway. Let me see your form, let me hear your voice, for your voice is sweet and your form is lovely. Too sappy? Too mushy? Not for those who led their heart to delight in their beloved, even when the news wears off, even when she's wearing rollers in her hair, even when his hair's fallen out. It's time to enjoy again, to laugh and flirt again, to dream again, delightfully. Today's dare may be directing you to a real and radical change. For some, the move toward delight may only be a small step away. For others, it may require a giant leap from ongoing disgust. But if you've been delighted before, which you were when you first got married, you can be delighted again, even if it's been a long time, even if a whole lot has happened to change your perceptions. The responsibility is yours to relearn what you love about the one to whom you've promised forever. So today's dare is this: purposefully neglect an activity you would normally do so you can spend quality time with your spouse. Do something he or she would love to do, or a project they'd really like to work on, making the choice to enjoy your time together. That's a good dare today. Something that my wife and I have been doing here recently is to we got access to Right Now Media. That's the library of all kinds of teachings and this and that, just a lot of different stuff. And we just went to one of the marriage teachings, and there's like 10 or 12 sessions, and they're like 15-minute little things of a man and his wife talking about marriage, and it's just something that we have been doing together. It's not long at all. We got a busy evening, kids going everywhere and lots to unwind for the day, but it's a little time we're kind of spending together, and then we can stop and pray and think and just connect a little bit. And it's been very, very nice. So every little bit helps, but the biggest thing is choosing to do. Take the responsibility of choice and put it in the right direction. It will pay off. Blessings on you all. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.